All right, Steven. I got a little bit of a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
You told me you don't play golf.
Mm-hmm.
You fly out to Abu Dhabi,
Mm-hmm.
and you take the Steve Harvey Mel Classic Championship away from me. A guy who was playing, practicing, getting ready for that. How was that trip going out there playing golf in Abu Dhabi?
First of all, it was a long-ass flight. Secondly, I had no idea that I would be participating in a golf tournament. I didn't know until I landed 5 hours earlier.
Okay.
Thirdly, they gave me 2 ringers. Those
Prince
two guys,
Hakeem?
those 2 guys that I had, they could golf.
Yeah.
So we certainly didn't win it because of me.
Yeah.
Because I broke a window. I hit somebody else's house. I mean, I don't know what the hell I did when I was out there. I just know that I was out there as a guest to Steve Harvey and Mr. Mubarak and those guys, and it was like I knew they had me covered. So whatever furniture I broke, whatever windows or whatever, they were gonna pick up the tab. So I was all right, and that's how we were. That's how we rolled with it. But we didn't win no damn golf tournament because of me. I can promise you that.
Stephen A. Man, obviously, let's go into basketball for a little bit. You know, this past weekend we had Luka Doncic getting traded to the Lakers. Seemed like there was no rumors going around about the trade, and then he gets traded. Have we ever seen anything like that in the NFL?
No, I don't think we've seen anything like that, period. A top 5 talent in the world, age 25, a global iconic brand representing their sport, pushed out the door unceremoniously.
Yeah.
Because they were fed up.
Mm-hmm.
They were fed up with his habits. They were fed up with the absence of transparency and being at the mercy of his team, whether it entailed his health, his conditioning, his nutrition, etc. They felt like they couldn't move forward and legitimately compete for a championship under those conditions.
Yeah.
And so they made a decision to move in a different direction. They made a decision that I would tell you 90% minimum of executives within the NBA would have never made.
Yeah.
They would have never made that decision to move Luka Doncic out of the way, which is why I have to believe it was ownership.
Yeah.
If this were Mark Cuban still owning a majority stake in the Dallas Mavericks,
That wouldn't happen.
there is no way that Luka Doncic would be out of Dallas. But because he's no longer the majority owner, and that belongs in the hands of the Adelson family, who have deep pockets and have a way of wanting to do things, they weren't having it.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's what happened here, because you don't want to take credit away from Nico Harrison, the president and GM of basketball operations. You don't want to do that, but it's hard to believe that he could have made – it's impossible that he could have made that decision without the owner's blessing.
Yeah. All right, we have another trade. Jimmy Buckets goes to the Golden State Warriors. Do you think Jimmy makes Golden State better?
No. And it has nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
It has everything to do with the personnel around him.
Yeah.
Playing with Steph Curry is better than playing with Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. We understand that reality. But and we understand that Jimmy Buckets, particularly come playoff time, where his points per game increases with every single series, you got to give credit where credit is due. But I just think the personnel that the Golden State Warriors have around them, when you consider that, it's not going to make much of a difference. Where they are in the West is probably where they'll stay. They'll get to the play-in. They might get to the first round of the playoffs. But do you really see them beating an Oklahoma City? Do you really see them beating a Dallas? Do you really see them beating a Denver? I don't know if you can say that. And so that's where I'm at with it. But anything's possible when you talk about Steph Curry with Jimmy Butler. But Jimmy Butler can score, but he's not a bona fide big-time scorer. He can score, and he can make some damage. He can shoot, but he's not a Klay Thompson kind of sidekick shooter. So I just look at it from that standpoint, and I don't see how that makes Golden State superior. I do see that they saved themselves. They put themselves about $19 million under the luxury tax. I see that as having a factor in all of this.
All right, so we're in New Orleans. You know, we got Patty Mahomes. We got Jalen Hurts. We got Kendrick Lamar in halftime. Could this go down as one of the best Super Bowls in history if Patrick Mahomes gets a three-peat?
Well, whether he gets the three-peat or not, it could go down as one of the best. I mean, remember when they played last time, it was a 38-35 game.
Close
so
game.
It could be one of those epic encounters. We get that part. Kendrick Lamar, honestly speaking, let me say this about the Kendrick Lamar halftime performance.
Talk to me.
They may not allow it, but if he doesn't play Not Like Us, it's not going to be the same.
I agree.
There's no way, and I'm not saying, listen, the song was a hit. The man just walked away with 5 Grammys. And we all know why. It was because of that one song.
100%.
And that's not to take anything away from his greatness, because he is great. I'm just saying that song resonated like that. And Drake actually didn't help himself by taking it to the courts, in terms of suing the lawyers and all of this other stuff. Listen, in the hip-hop industry, you handle it one of 2 ways.
Yep.
You go to the studio and you one-up them with your own record, or you stand down and say, he got me. Those are the only 2 ways. Right. You get lawyers involved.
Right, yeah.
You look like you punked out. And so I'm not saying he did. I got mad respect for Drake, but Kendrick got him on that one.
Yeah.
And you got to come in the studio and come back at him, or you got to stand down and say he got me.
Right.
And so with him making all the noise, I think I'm not alone in believing he made all of that noise with the lawyers because he didn't want Kendrick Lamar to perform this song at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So is Kendrick Lamar going to push to play that song? If he does push to play that song, is the NFL going to allow it?
Right.
And if the answer to both those questions is no, I think no matter what he does at halftime, it's going to be a disappointment because everybody and their mother wants to hear him. Maybe not all the lyrics that come with it, but they definitely want him to rock that song. And if he doesn't do it, we're going to be like, man, we ain't get what we wanted for halftime.
Exactly.
We ain't get what we wanted.
Exactly. Because I want it for sure. Gotta say, I want to hear A Minor at least one time.
And not only that, you also going to have people quiet as kept. They're going to say, well, damn, maybe Lil Wayne should have been allowed to perform.
Yeah.
Now, I thought that was overblown on Lil Wayne's part, only for this reason. I know Dre, Snoop, Mary J. and them performed at the Super Bowl at SoFi in L.A. a couple of years back, 3 years back. But remember, most times, the artists usually weren't homegrown.
Right.
So why all of a sudden, like Lil Wayne, why are you acting like it was supposed to be you just because it was in New Orleans?
Right.
There's plenty of people that performed that wasn't from the whole city.
And there's been New Orleans Super Bowls before.
Exactly. So why you care? I mean, you can't do that. You can't think that if you felt like you were the better artist and you should have been allowed to do it, period, no matter where it was, that would have been a more profound argument.
Right.
But I'm not down with, yo, it's in New Orleans, so you're supposed to come to me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's not that isn't how the Super Bowl rocks. That's not how the Super Bowl halftime show rocks. So I was always opposed to that on Lil Wayne's part. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it or whatever, but I just think that was too much noise was made about that.
Yeah.
Having said that, the argument becomes even stronger if Kendrick Lamar is not allowed to perform Not Like Us.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want to see.
No doubt.
It's just the truth.
No doubt.
Take out some of the incendiary lyrics. Take out some of that.
Play the beat.
But play the beat.
Play the beat.
You got to play the beat.
Give me a little dance.
You got to play the beat and get a little dance.
Yeah,
you got to do that. If you don't do that, why you there? Why you there?
100%.
I'm
Kendrick,
sorry.
I need the song, baby. I need the song. Steven, so let's talk about the game a little bit, man. Obviously, a lot of fans have been saying the refs have kind of helped get the Chiefs going a little bit. What do you say about the people that talk about the refs?
It might be slight legitimacy to that, but nobody gives a damn. It's Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no time for excuses.
Yeah.
You got to overcome. When you go on the road and you the road team, sometimes calls get favored to the home team. You got to deal with that.
Yeah.
Your inclement weather conditions sometimes occur. You got to deal with that.
100%.
There's a plethora of things that you have to deal with going on a football field. Except in this case, listen, it's Patrick Mahomes, and the bottom line is, the only person that could beat him really is Tom Brady and Joe Burrow.
That's the only.
Joe Burrow beat him in the AFC Championship game. Tom Brady beat him in the AFC Championship game and the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So because of that, the likelihood of anybody else beating him, he's 17-3 in the postseason in his career. 7 straight trips to the AFC title game, 7 straight division titles. You basically conceding that you need all the help you can get to beat him because you can't beat him under normal conditions.
Right.
Normal conditions is that sometimes you don't get calls favored in your way.
Right.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
This is what the challenge is. Find a way to adapt and overcome.
So is it safe to say the Super Bowl prediction is Patrick Mahomes?
No. I'm not safe to say. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are fully loaded. They're the better team. I haven't made my prediction yet, and I'm not going to until I'm on First Take Friday.
Okay.
But the reality is that Philadelphia has a team that is capable of beating the Kansas City Chiefs. Saquon Barkley just rushed for 2,005 yards.
Yes.
Saquon Barkley is 30 yards away from eclipsing Terrell Davis as the all-time all-purpose yards gainer in a season. This is who we're talking about with Saquon Barkley. And he has an offensive line that averages 6'6", 328 pounds, that create holes as wide as Broadway on a Sunday morning. What the hell's the problem?
Right.
You got to figure out how to go out there and handle your business. You got the personnel to do it. You got dual threats at the wideout spot. You got a big-time tight end. You got a big-time running back. You got an elite number 1 ranked defense. What the hell is the problem? Handle your business.
Stephen A. Smith, do we have president in the car soon?
No. You know, all that political stuff you're talking about?
Yeah, do we have president in the car soon? I mean, you look good up there, baby. I mean, the suit and tie.
Well, first of all, my suit game is going to be top-notch, no doubt.
Immaculate.
But I got to tell you this. Look, I have no desire to be a politician. I'm a commentator. I've been a journalist for 30 years. I'm a commentator. And I don't even consider myself talking politics. To me, it's social commentary because you're affecting our life.
Yeah.
And so my attitude is the passion that I have for sports. What kind of passion do you think I will have if I'm talking about the economy, healthcare, immigration, safety in the streets, etc.? You damn right. And I see politicians, some of them with their useless ass selves, not doing anything.
Yeah.
So when I think about it, I comment on it. So as a result of me commenting on it, people saying, yo, this dude could run for office. Yeah. Now, I don't want to campaign because I'm not a beggar.
Yeah.
I don't want to beg for campaign dollars. I don't want to beg for donors. I don't want to be in office and having to beg for legislators to side with me. I don't want to live that kind of life.
Yeah.
But if I make a boatload of money over the next few years and the American people come to me and they say to me, yo, we think you can win. If they said that to me, and I'm serious, like if I had a legitimate shot, it can't be no 2%.
Okay.
If I had a legitimate shot,
I'm
not going to lie, I'd consider it.
Okay.
Because here's my deal. More so than the presidency or anything, I would love to be on stage for a presidential debate.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to be on stage
the ratings will be
going
high.
up against cats. Like 50 million people watching me debate you on policy and some of the trifling stuff you've done as a politician. Oh, name the time and place. I show up for that.
We own it.
I wouldn't even care about winning the damn election. I'd care about being on that debate stage.
Getting that W.
That's what I like.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen A. Smith.